another show. And what is buddy today, Chef? A dear friend of ours. There he is. And what we're cooking, Chef?
We are cooking beef ale and mushroom pie.
How English is that?
Okay.
So, would you like a yellow or a green?
Well, I'm going to go Panathinaikos and you can go Ayak.
I'm gonna go egg. Okay. So let's run us through the ingredients. What do we need for this lovely pie?
You need shin of beef if possible, but any casserole beef will do. You need a can of beer. You're using the beer to marinate the beef. The beef has been marinating overnight.
Lovely.
With a sprinkle of salt and pepper and perhaps a little bit of allspice just to sink into the meat.
Just to flavour it, really, yeah.
Okay.
And the rest is mushrooms, of course.
The rest is mushrooms. Then you've got 2 medium onions, which are, and then you've got garlic. 2 of these, about this size. So if you've got smaller ones, use smaller ones.
You can make it as garlic as you want, yeah?
To your taste.
Yeah,
to your taste.
And the garlic's hiding over the back
the garlic
here.
is, I've already crushed the garlic. Can you see the garlic?
So you crush the garlic, chop the onions.
Roughly chop the onions.
Yep.
And I've kind of quartered or sixed the mushrooms. So they're around about the same. You've got bay leaves.
Okay.
A couple of bay leaves, yeah.
Couple of bay leaves. Bit of nutmeg, which we'll be grinding a little bit.
Freshly, yeah?
Freshly.
Beautiful.
And then we've got some ground allspice, 2 tablespoons.
Okay, and the fresh thyme, which will be cut when you need it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down the garden and cut some thyme for you. And is the flour for thickening, I suppose?
4 tablespoonfuls of plain flour, just to thicken the once we get to cook the meat.
We'll get that.
And also we have a little bit of
Beef stock.
a bit of beef stock. Can they use chicken?
Chicken stock.
Yeah, it's fine, yeah.
You can use juice from the mushroom.
But you're going to be using the rest of the marinade, so it's just
We're
really
gonna,
to chop up
so
for
it's
liquid.
only just to add a little bit of different flavour.
Okay.
So I'm your sous chef today, yeah?
Yeah.
That makes a nice change.
Yeah. Instead of being bossed about, you can be bossed about by me for a change.
I love it. So what do you want me to do? Let me do something.
First of all, drain the beef.
Drain the beef. And keep
the
the marinade.
Keep the marinade in there because we'll be using that. That's got all those lovely flavours in.
Lovely, yeah. All the meat juices and the beer.
And the beer, particularly.
So I'll leave this to drain for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I think it's pretty dry.
It's good.
So we've got all the marinade there. So I'll just spread it a little bit. Dry, don't we?
Yeah, because it won't brown otherwise, will it?
Yeah, that's
Meantime.
In the meantime,
you can.
I can fire up the...
I like that word. Fire up, boy. Fire up.
it up. There's fire in the hole. Way! That's a good one. I'll knock that down a little bit. Right, we're going to put that on there and add some olive oil, a couple of tablespoons perhaps initially.
Yeah, I've got plenty, don't worry about it.
We've got some spare trees if we need it.
Just go harvest.
This is happy to cook.
So I have an idea.
You too.
While the oil is getting nice and hot, what about if I go and get the beers?
Couple of cold beers.
Good idea.
Okay. So, we hot enough?
Yeah, that's
I'm
just
here.
about right now. It's
Okay.
just right. Oh, good. Do you want this?
We're cold enough. Yes,
Do you
that'll
want
do.
that?
That'll
Sous
help. That's cold enough. That's cold enough.
chef? Right, here we go. I'll start this
Let's
way. You're
before
messing
the
about
wine.
with that.
Yeah, okay.
Brilliant.
So we're just searing.
Just to sizzle a little bit at a time. About that much.
Okay, so you're going to do that.
Yeah, Mas.
Yeah, man.
I really look forward to this dish.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be fine.
Really.
Cheers.
Cheers, Yamas. Yamas taste buddies.
Cheers, taste buddies.
And now I take the chance to thank you all for subscribing and joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, and it's absolutely brilliant, really good. So for you guys who haven't yet, it's just a click, go for it. Just join us. Yamas.
Yamas. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely and brown, isn't it?
Just a job, isn't it? Just about right.
All those flavours left in the pan.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Right, okay.
So we'll spoon the last lot out
Right.
into my little jar of joy.
Here's some you batched earlier.
This is some I did earlier, exactly. My blue Peter pie. Right, I've added some oil into that pot.
Bit more oil, yeah? Do you need this? You don't know what to rest?
No, I don't really know. Where should I put that?
Hang on. Here you go.
Ah.
Oh, yeah.
From my grandmother's roof.
Your spoon rest.
That's an old roof tile, see? which is perfect for the
Right,
job.
that's perfect, Ruth.
Yeah, man.
Right, here we go.
Everything
I'm
goes
gonna, well,
Not
just
everything.
the onions,
Oh,
the sizzle,
isn't it amazing? Just the smell of fried onions. They're fantastic. It is.
and you're just gonna cook these until they're softened. Right, the onions are beginning to soften. As you can
Lovely.
see, all
Oh.
that lovely stuff coming off the bottom of the pan.
Yeah, all the flavour. Lovely.
Beautiful.
But what I need now is some thyme.
I'm your man. I'm your man.
He's got all the
Timeless.
time in the world.
Timeless.
You're my time machine.
All right.
Look at that beauty here.
Super. To go in our pot.
Yeah, take it to the chef.
Right.
Don't have the fresh.
Half the amount.
So 1 tablespoon dry.
Yeah.
1 tablespoon dry thyme, 2 tablespoons fresh thyme,
Or a sprig that size.
or
Or
a sprig.
a sprig that
nice
size.
big sprig of
Yeah,
thyme, which is
good.
amazing.
But that's going in later, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to put the garlic in next.
Okay.
Alright.
While you put the garlic in, I'll go and fill our beer glasses up, I think.
Oh, about time as
Is that a
well.
good idea? About time. I'm trying to tell
Or
you
about
something.
time, I should say. Right, onions are softened nicely.
And the smells, I'm surprised.
Yeah,
The neighbours will all be up.
Or bougeot.
I've got 2 teaspoons of ground allspice. That's going to go in there quickly and stir it really well.
Oh,
how
some nutmeg.
pungent,
And
yes.
some nutmeg, just
Nutmeg
a pinch
going
of
in.
nutmeg. You don't want
Lovely, fresh,
That's right.
beautiful.
Superb.
Okay. And the bay leaves now?
bay leaves can go
All
in
go
now.
in now.
That's well done.
Beautiful.
Well done. Sous
next?
chef, it's good to have as an assistant.
Mushrooms?
No, we're going to do those a bit later on
Okay.
because they get too soft.
Thyme?
What we're going to need is a bit of marinade, I think,
Bit of
from our
marinade.
marinade.
Okay,
just
lovely.
to get it off the bottom of the pan.
Deglaze the pan
Yeah.
with the marinade, yep.
That's it. There we go.
Marinade's gone in.
Right.
Beautiful.
There we are, and we get all that goodness off the bottom of the pan. And we
So-
right, marinade's now disappeared from the pan. What I'm going to do now is a couple of tablespoonfuls of flour, plain flour, and just sprinkle that in. I think that'll be enough.
Right. And that's
And
used
just
that'll
stir-
thicken the gravy
That'll
later, yeah?
thicken the gravy, so we've got a nice thick gravy within the pie. And you want to stir it until the flour's cooked out, which is about a minute.
Garden thing for us.
indeed,
Fantastic.
Indeed.
Well, cheers, chef.
Yes.
Yamas.
Yamas again. Another yamas.
Another yamas. Yama, Jackie.
Yes.
I want it.
Yama, darling.
Next, I am going to put the meat in, which is, and that's going to go in there.
Right.
Put that back over there. Give that a good stir. The temperature's it's not too high, about a medium temperature at the moment, because this is going to be sitting around for a little while longer.
May I?
You can add some pepper should you wish.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
The dream team then.
Yeah, something like that. More of a nightmare, I suspect. Right.
Beautiful.
And then I'm gonna
Yeah.
And then I'm
You've
gonna.
got your stock.
I've got some stock. Beef stock. I'm not going to put too much in it. You don't need too. You don't want it too wet, because it's going to be sat inside of a pie.
Right. So
So
How long are you going to cook this for?
this is going to be 2 hours to make sure that beef is lovely and soft
So
and
we might need a
melts in
little
the
bit
mouth.
of stock.
We might need to
later
add
on,
it.
yeah?
Might need to-
So add it.
or even add some water.
Add it if we need it.
Add it if you need it.
Okay.
You time. We'll put the time in now. Good timing.
a good time in.
Good timing.
Yeah. Just put the whole sprig in.
Yeah, old sprig.
No faffing about.
I'll pop that in there.
Yep.
That'll work nicely. In you go. In.
So you would leave that at that consistency,
Yeah, that's quite good. That's a good
and then top
consistency.
it up as and when.
Yeah, gradually, gently top it up. Otherwise, you'll end up with much too much juice.
Right.
Bottoms on the
Actually,
pastry.
and talking of pastry, I guess we can get on with that while that's simmering.
No, I see my sous chef is sat down,
Do you-
so I'm going to get him stood up making some pastry.
Okay.
Right. While the meat's cooking, I'll be making some
And
pastry.
I'm drinking beer.
While
And
you're-
your sous
while you're
chef's got the
relaxing.
afternoon off by the look
He's,
of it.
yeah, well, that time excursion was a little bit too much for him. So we've got our flour, which you'll find the amounts a bit later on when we publish it. Make a little well. This is my favourite part of making pastry. You do it on the work surface.
Okay.
You've got your butter, which is nicely softened. There we go. Spludge.
And that wasn't difficult in this heat, was it?
Well, no, I was a bit worried about it being really hot, but as it's only 8 o'clock in the morning, we should be all right. Right,
Okay.
and you just put your butter in a little well. Did you hear the chicken there?
Yeah. He's laying a breakfast
actually.
egg, yeah.
And this is one of their eggs.
She lays the next one, yeah.
Pop it into there, lovely golden yolk.
You just bung it all in one go.
All in one go, all in one. What you do is you mix a yolk with the butter, all right, with your fingertips.
Right.
You should really keep one hand dry, but I've got a sous chef, so he's gonna feed some flour into this mix. Once I've got it soggy, it's all nice and squidgy, and I've got the yolk incorporated with the butter.
Okay, so the yolk is being mixed with the butter.
And gradually, what you'll do if you're using one hand, you'll bring it across into the well, see, like that.
Right. Okay.
Around the edges, and mix that in.
But because you're using two hands,
Because I've gone and made the mistake of using two hands, I'm going to need an assistant. You feed me.
But you've got the
I'll
sushi.
feed you with the flour.
Yeah, there you are. Look at this.
Okay.
Right, okay, go on.
Are we ready for the salt and the sugar?
Oh yeah. I should have done. You can do that earlier when you put the flour
No.
down.
Otherwise, I'll be without a job.
Oh yeah. Okay, salt and a little pinch of both.
Nice recovery there.
Just
Salt and sugar, yeah.
just a pinch of both, and you'll bring it together then eventually into a little ball. And if it's a bit dry, which it shouldn't be, but if it is, you've got some milk, and you just
With your clean hand.
really tiny amounts of milk. Don't make it too wet. If you
Right.
do make it too wet, you can always add a little bit more flour.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's coming together
Right.
lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I brought that together.
And that was with no added
No
liquid.
added milk. No, it's
No, we didn't need the milk.
no.
Okay.
Must be because of that lovely egg, and you see the colour of because of that egg. That nice
Jackie, can you make a cup
homegrown
of tea?
egg. Homegrown egg.
As the perfect wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go, and that's
cup of tea with milk,
that's a great consistency. Now you can see
That's what
it.
you're looking for.
So you just dent it with your fingers.
Okay.
We wrap that in a little bit of, or put it in a airtight bowl a little bit and put it in the fridge for
In
about
the
30 minutes, or as long as you like, as long as you
Okay.
need it until the pie's done.
Cling film in the fridge.
Yes, excellent.
Wonderful. Okay.
Right, what we need to do now is we're going to put some mushrooms in. It's been going an hour.
Oh, that looks lovely.
There's a
and
consistency.
thick.
We can even take that time bar out, I should imagine. What do you think?
Oh yeah, he's done the job.
Yes.
It's done its job.
He's put what
Yeah.
he's got to the
all
party.
the
That's
leaves,
not doing
all the
anything.
leaves
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
separated. That's a consistency. I look at this time before I add the mushrooms just to make sure it's not too much liquid in there, because the mushrooms are going to Release.
their own
Yeah.
water liquid. Yeah, absolutely.
So-
You can always add,
That's,
if you need any, you can add it after the mushrooms have released theirs, yeah?
So in they go. You can get some as well, Monsieur.
There
Oh, you've done it the professional way.
Oh, that's lovely.
Any more seasoning, do you think? Bit of pepper?
Maybe a black pepper, yeah. No salt.
No, there's a
So
salt.
we got the stock. The stock
Right.
is lovely. Really nice. Fantastic.
Lid back on. Another hour.
Okay.
Another wine.
Plenty of time to chill out then.
Excellent. No, that's not it.
Okay.
Right, there we are. Switched off.
Right.
2 hours,
Oh.
2.5 hours of lusciousness. Yeah.
And it's
Just right,
we've had, it's a perfect dish to be cooking all together, because we've had 2.5 hours of like conviviality.
Yes, talking and talking.
And drinking.
And playing guitar and singing and
Pretending to play my guitar.
Okay, so you're just hiking out the
So that's just
bits you don't need.
We're going to cool that down,
Right. Okay.
and I've just taken the bay leaves out and a little bit of thyme stem, and that's it. By Jove, it's finished.
But we need to cool that now.
That
You're going to
needs
leave
to
the
be
lid
cooled.
off or on?
Well, I'll leave the lid partly on
Okay.
to stop any chickens getting in. Because none of them little feathered friends are going to have any of that.
But because you leave it to cool, isn't it? It's a great dish to make in advance, isn't it?
Yeah, the beauty of it is you can cook it 2 days in advance if you want, as long as you put it in the fridge when it's cooled properly.
Okay.
And then you can make your pastry ahead of time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, on the day.
Yep.
And then and it takes 25 minutes to cook in the oven, so you've got a beautiful
This
pie
sounds like a
in
man
25
who's done
minutes.
this many, many times.
Quite a number of times.
Before we have a
Here we go,
flour
you
pie.
ready? You
Yes, yeah.
Where's your wife?
Right, here we go. I'm going to dust the surface here.
Okay.
And,
And me.
we were still long enough, and I'm going to roll this
Start.
lovely chilled pastry.
So you kept that little bit there for the
I
top, yeah?
got a little bit there. I've broken off for the top.
Right.
We suspect it might fit. We kind of had a wild guess at it.
Watch to the end to find out.
Yeah. No, it needs to be quite thin because we're not going to blind bake it. We're not going to
Okay.
blind bake this. We're going to, as soon as we've rolled it, we're going to put it. We'll put it into the dish. We're going to put it into the fridge.
Into
Over
the
the
pin.
pin.
That's the best way to do it.
And now this is the
This will be the
proof of the pie. There we go.
Oh, look at that, lovely.
And now we've got to just make it fit. Just gently drop it in, push it down with the outside of your fingers. There we go. Let the weight of the pastry take it into the dish.
Okay.
But always leave a little bit over the top
Right.
because that's what we're going to attach the lid to.
You can't bake without getting covered in flour, can you?
No, if the head chef throws a flour in your face.
Right.
Okay.
So here we go. We've put the pastry into the tin or the pastry thing, the container, and we're going to put this on.
That's going to be the
So the
lid.
plate, that's the lid.
This is the lid.
Okay.
And
In the fridge for 10 minutes, yeah?
yeah, in the fridge for 10 minutes. And while you do that, put the oven on to 180 centigrade.
And fill your wine up, is it? Your glass up.
And while you're there, yeah, get some wine.
Okay. Off to the fridge.
For 10 minutes while the oven heats
Yeah,
up.
yeah. And,
Okay.
and the reason we put it in the fridge to chill once you've rolled it, it stops it shrinking so much
In cooking, eh?
while it cooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good tip. Thanks for that.
Right, hello, we're back. We've got our pastry nicely chilled. As you can see, we can lift it up now without it falling apart. Well, almost anyway.
Show off.
So what we're going to do now, this is lovely and cool, excuse the noise. And I'm going to just put this into there. Look at that.
So you take it out with a slotted spoon.
Slot it out with a slotted, well, there's no need because
It's so thick.
the gravy is really stuck with the meat now. I try to save as much gravy in the pot as humanly possible.
But I ruined it. Is that what you're saying?
But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not going to say you turned the heat up on it and destroyed it nearly. But some people might.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a sous chef's life.
Sometimes the sous chef gets fired. Remember that. Right, there you are. We got
Okay,
pretty
then
much
we've got all the
everything.
meat out of
We got
there.
all the meat. We got some
Okay.
mushrooms
We're
left.
going to
but
dilute this a little bit and make it into a gravy.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
To
And
go
that'd be-
over the mashed
And that'd be
potato.
the sous chef job.
Now normally I
Okay.
would do it in 4 pies. If when the family comes round, so everybody has an individual pie.
Oh, that's a great idea because
It
it
is
means
very nice.
somebody
You're-
doesn't get the
you're-
corner bit. Everybody gets a good.
Everybody
A nice
gets their
triangle.
own pie.
Your egg wash?
I mean, this is my egg wash. One egg with a tablespoon or so of milk, and I'm going to wash the edge there.
Right.
Finish it up. Somebody's just fallen off.
Okay.
It's so warm here. I've never known pastry
You've never had to
making
cook pastry in these conditions. That's the thing.
in 50 degrees centigrade.
50 degrees. Prone to exaggeration.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I've put the lid on there. Hopefully I will be able to lift this without too many problems. Okay. Right, we've done it. We've managed it. We've survived. It's so warm. Pastry makers don't make pies in these
In
conditions.
Greece.
Yeah, well, it's all right. We
This
can.
is possibly, Jeff, this is not a Greek dish.
Yeah, this is what when you're at home in your northern European countries or other countries which are not as warm as this. This is a winter pie.
Okay.
You'll dib a little hole in the middle just to let it breathe so the pastry doesn't get too wet. So what we're going to do here is just go around the edge with this knife to seal as much as possible. This pie. So I'm going to just quickly snip around the edge there with that knife. So we've got our pie looking like a pie. There we go. Goodness me.
The smells that have been going on in this garden.
Goodness me, these, I don't know.
We started making this pie on Monday and it's Thursday.
Thursday week. Right, so we did a quick wash over it.
Right.
The chef, go on, off you go.
Chef, you've done a fantastic job.
25 minutes in the oven.
This is Jeff's.
20 minutes, did you say, Jeff?
25 minutes.
25 minutes on 180. Okay. Catch you in 25.
Phew.
The bees.
Okay. Let me prod it. This is an official prod. Yeah, that should be.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
So we're gonna rest it for like 10-15
Yeah,
minutes.
10-15 minutes.
Like every time. Go for it now.
Go for it, yeah.
This is the
Come on,
pie.
because we all want ours.
This is the pie.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for watching us.
Delicious.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Bye, taste buddies.
Bye.